Hey everyone, I am Ray Warda, Outreach and Marketing Director for BLB Resources, and in today's video, I wanted to discuss leadership. Leadership really has nothing to do with real estate itself, but it really has a lot to do with business and personal life, and I wanted to share that with you. So in a nutshell, the principles of leaderships are all about maintaining focus and creating positive outcomes. I've always been asked that question, how do you become successful in life? Well, if you want more success in life, you really have to know what the meaning of success is. And whatever that success meaning is to you, that may be so, that's fine. But by being a leader in your personal and business life is where it really starts. Okay? Now, a lot of people say, well, leadership is something that some people are just born with. Well, I disagree. Leadership is something that can be learned. It's not something that, you being born with leadership is not a prerequisite. So if you're not born as a leader, you can learn to become a leader. More important is the dedication and the art of leadership. Leadership involves more understanding on how to inspire somebody, influence somebody, or even control how people behave. So it's really not about shouting or having a deep, thriving voice or even being great in physical stature. Today's leadership is really far more knowledge driven. Anyone that has a vast knowledge in a certain industry or even a product or service can really show their leadership. These people are called thought leaders. Yeah, I know you've seen a lot of blogs out there that you probably follow with experts that are in a certain industry that just have so much content and they stay focused and deliver so much on certain subjects. And they're called thought leaders of that certain subject. And those are leaders. Now, in other situations such as personal, leadership can be about taking a stand for something that you believe in, and you're trying to convince people to think or act differently. Okay, so how can you lead and influence people? Well, if you want to become more of a leader, you first have to lead by example. This means that you have to show people around you that you are perfectly capable of setting examples. Okay? By doing so, you'll earn their respect and create a lifelong followers who'll take care of you no matter what goes on in your life. So let's take a look at some of the ways of how we can accomplish the goal of becoming a better leader in your personal and business life. So number one, you have to understand that your team or family around you is intelligent and can be trusted. It's really important that you understand that, and the trust factor is especially important. The people around you should be allowed to take their own actions and make some of their own decisions. Trust is a vital component of leadership skills. So in business, if you really can't trust people to do their jobs, it's either that you've hired the wrong people or you're not managing them properly. So you want to make sure that you let them kind of do what they're there to do without you looking over their shoulder and asking them every 10 minutes, what are you up to? What are you doing with your time? So that means that you have to trust in them that they're there and they're going to do the job or task at hand and be successful in it, in whatever it is, whether it's in your business or personal life. Number two, you have to be a great listener. Truly listening to your team or family member is one of the greatest leadership skills that you can have. Being a good listener comes across as being genuinely interested. You're more empathetic and you're more concerned about what's really going on. And you want to find out more about what they have to say. All great leaders have tremendously great communication skills. Unhappy people can only exist if their problems have not been relayed or have not been told or aired to you. So you have to be in a position where You want to create an environment where people can come with their problems and discuss them so that way solutions can be found. Otherwise, what you're doing is you're having them keep everything in, and it builds up and it builds up and it builds up and becomes something where it's so big that it explodes. And then you lose control. So it's really important to effectively listen to somebody in your team or your family members and maybe try to create a solution to that challenge that they're having. Number 3, you have to stop being an expert on everything. Leaders often achieve their positions as being experts in a certain area and therefore will have an opinion on how to fix problems in every other area. Well, you have to understand that you have to stop being an expert sometimes in everything and give an opportunity to the people around you to show you what they can do and what they're made of. It's a fact known as co-creating leaders. And that's one thing that we have to really get a better grasp of when you're trying to manage a situation in your business life or personal life. You want to be co-creating leaders where you let them be and become leaders in their own expertise. For example, if you have run a real estate company, let's say, well, you may be an expert at real estate, but a company always has a part where there has to be an accounting department or somebody that does the accounting firm or does the accounting part of the taxes. Well, you may have some knowledge of that, but you're not the expert. So you have to let somebody else on your team handle that with care, and that is truly an expert in that sector, in that part of the industry. Okay? It's also talks about really understanding trust in this aspect, because you really have to trust somebody to be able to co-create a leader. And that comes back to trust, which I spoke about in point number 1. So it really you really have to, as an expert, to be able to trust and co-create leaders. Okay? Number 4, you want to be positive. Negativity breeds negativity. Just like they say, misery loves company. It's the same aspect. Okay? How you communicate has a heavy effect on people around you as a whole or individually. And when you are criticizing somebody and need to make them better leaders for something, try to make it more constructive and deliver it without any emotional attachment. It's really important. Okay? Positivity is probably one of the most important things as a business leader to be able to master positivity. Okay? And number 5, the last thing I want to mention is having a sense of humor. People work and feel better when they're enjoying themselves in their atmosphere that they're in. Okay? In business, the work itself or the task itself may be dull, but the environment that you're in doesn't have to be. Holding back the fun at times means that you're holding back creativity. People around you, they love when their own leader is having fun with them and joins in on that fun. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to create an amusing atmosphere all the time. No, because there's sometimes you have to be serious. Whether it's in your business or personal life, you have to be serious at times to complete the job at hand or to complete the task at hand. So but fun is a very necessary principle of building relationships. Relationship building is important, and having fun is a good part of building a relationship. So with the help of this video, I'm hoping that you too can become a great leader. By following these leadership principles, you'll be more respected for your fairness, your skills, and your ability to lead people in caring, but necessary way to achieve greatness with the people around you. So leading people can really be the most rewarding thing that you've ever done, if you do it right. Doing it wrong can quickly become a nightmare. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to always seeing you succeed. I thank you for watching. This is Ray Warda. Have an extraordinary day. Take care, my friends.